going on, Jerome's? So after Sunday's debacle up in Seattle, after the no call, no show against Green Bay, I mean, emotions been running high, right? And, a lot of blame goes towards Kwesi. A lot of blame goes towards J.J. McCarthy. A lot of blame goes towards Kevin O'Connell because you're the head coach. The buck stops with you, and when the offense is bad, you as the offensive play caller. This season's been tough. The season has been extremely frustrating. And even though Kevin O'Connell is the noted quarterback whisperer, the director of the Kevin O'Connell Center for Quarterbacks Who Can't Throw Good and want to learn how to do other stuff good too. All right. And also the whole thing with J.J. McCarthy, some good moments, a lot of bad moments. What's going on? Right. And it's really easy right now to pile on Kevin O'Connell and call for jobs and that stuff. And, we've done that too in frustrated moments. We're human. We're a fan just like everyone else. But it's almost like you need a cooling off period, right? Because football is actually perfect, because you play a game, you have a week to dissect the game, look forward to the other game, overreact to both of the games, and go from there, right? And Kevin O'Connell, barring a complete and utter discombobulation collapse, I think should and could be the head coach of the Vikings in 2026. Just sign the extension. I think it's far more likely that O'Connell is back than Kwesi, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Long story longer, Wes Phillips, OC of the Vikings. Now, a lot of people crap on Wes Phillips because he's the non-play calling offensive coordinator to Kevin O'Connell, but that's exactly what Kevin O'Connell was with the Rams to Sean McVay. Right? And Wes fed the local media jackals on Wednesday and went on a little bit of a soliloquy, backing up his guy, talking about history. It's good stuff here. All right. I think if you have a good football coach, this league, and this is just my opinion. Oh, this quote's by Al Calusi, Athletic. But whether it's all the media coverage, it's gotten to the point where the solution is always cut bait and blow it up and start anew. I think if you have a good football coach, and you have a good football coach, those coaches are going to solve problems and find ways to right the ship. I believe we have a very good football coach. In fact, I know that. I've worked with a few. So how to do it consistently, I think, is part of the culture you have contributes to that. The type of players you bring in, I think there's an up and down at the quarterback position as far as different players throughout the year and young players learning and growing. I think you see across the league the team we're about to play. The record isn't looking all that good. There's probably a good reason for that. I do know Jane Daniels is a very good player, and he's obviously been out for a long time. How many games would they have won if he was consistently in the game? Obviously, the position is an important piece. In the past, I've looked at records from some of the all-time greats. You look at some years in there, you say, man, in this day and age, they would never have made it. In this day and age, Tom Landry, we might even know who he is. Oh, Tom Landry was the great safety for the Giants and then defensive coordinator. What are you talking about? Of course we know who he is. If you look at his record for his first 4 or 5 years, obviously I'm a coach. I'm a little biased, but I do believe in coaching. I do believe good coaches will right the ship and find solutions, and we'll be right back where we need to be. Now, Wes, given his bona fides, he is son of Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips is son of Bum Phillips, legendary coaches, both of them. So Wes, you call Wes a Nepo baby, sure, but there's always two sides of that. Did he get into coaching because of what his last name is? Sure. But did he stay in coaching because he's good? Yes, certainly. Right. And also, growing up in the life, understanding what it takes in this profession, I feel like that's a really undersold part of it, as opposed to, Nepo baby just got the job. Nah, nonsense. Wes has definitely earned his keep. So he also knows his way around the block, as well as the whole Tom Landry thing. So Tom Landry, coach of America's team, right? And Landry, original OG head coach of the Cowboys when they came in as an expansion team, all the way up till Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones took over. And Landry, he didn't win a Super Bowl until his 12th year, right? And didn't have a winning record until his 7th year, right? He went 0-11-1 his first year. And so say Tom Landry was coaching today. He'd been fired that first year. Also, finally won a Super Bowl back when there was 4 teams. You know what I mean? It was the Cowboys, it was the Browns, it was the Packers, and it was the Akron Meat Packers. Akron Butchers. Yeah. Anyways, So Landry probably wouldn't have made it past year 2. Like year 1 would have been, well, actually he would have fired year 1. But say that somehow, some way he got a pass for that, he would be fired immediately year 2. Going 4-9-1. Also, they used to tie a lot back in the day. But the fact that he didn't get his first winning season till year 7, and then lost to the Packers in the Ice Bowl. Lost to his guy. Actually, which one was the Ice Bowl? One of the two was the Ice Bowl. Lost to his guy Vince Lombardi, who was OC of the Giants. Back in the day. So it was like Jim Lee Howell, something like that. What was the head coach? OC was Lombardi. DC was Tom Landry. That's pretty good coaching staff, man. It's pretty good. It's like Jay Gruden and his staff they had in Washington for all those years. But then lost his Super Bowl year 11, then finally won year 12, right? But he probably wouldn't have even gotten close to a winning record, right? And I'm not even saying that, hey, just put up a mediocrity, but you look at the gong show of coaches the Giants have gone through, the Browns have gone through, the Jets have gone through. I mean, it's not really productive at the end of the day. Like, should you stick with a bad coach just because, well, look at Tom Landry? No, certainly not. I mean, if you have a bad coach, he's probably going to put up 12 losing seasons, right? Because you don't have the right culture, don't have the right skill set, etc. And Kevin O'Connell, just taking a step back and not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, but O'Connell, by winning percentage, is the winningest coach in Vikings franchise history, including the playoffs, yes, including his non-illustrious playoff record of 0-2. His winning percentage is .642 overall. Bug Grant 617, Denny Green 591, Zim 556. So it's by a lot, right? So you do have to take a step back, and yes, the season has been very disappointing. And at the end of the day, did Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell bet on the right horse in the quarterback derby? It's possible. Need to give it some time. But like I said, Kwesi might get fired. But O'Connell has at least earned a little bit of a scholarship. All right. So, 13-win season year 1, 14-win season year 2. And especially if they can find a way to pick themselves out of this wreckage, because it would be so easy for them just to roll over and die. Right? Because you've had 2 embarrassing outings. You have nothing to play for. Losing out would be easy way out. But does this team continue to fight? Does this offense start to look good? Does J.J. McCarthy make some strides? And then certainly you have some positivity going into 2026. But I actually agree with Wes on this one. It took me a while. Like, honestly, if Wes had said this on Sunday night, I'd be like, F you, F your mom, F you and the horse you rode in on. All right? But he makes some good points here. Just give it a little time, right? Just give it a little time, and Kevin O'Connell's reputation as a quarterback whisperer, I think, is rightfully earned. And if it doesn't work out with McCarthy, find someone else. That's what it comes down to. Anyways, I think it'll work out, but we'll see. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Wes Phillips stands up for his guy, Kevin O'Connell. Stand by your coach. That's what he's doing. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best to do. Skol, production value.